Listen, so this week I was having a conversation with someone, and as I was having a conversation with this person, there were some things that came up, and the old me on how I used to talk began to pop up, right? And so I'm like getting all emotional and talking, and then I got off the phone and think nothing about it. So I noticed that there was a something that I had not been wearing and I hadn't put it on for a few days, and that could have had something to do with it, but we're going to get to that in a minute. Anyway, I'm talking to this person and I replay conversations in my mind. So as I'm replaying this conversation in my mind, the thought hit me again last night, and I woke up at 12:45 and I couldn't sleep. And so I was getting hit with all of these thoughts, all of these things, these downloads, as y'all want to call them. But they were not good for me. So I woke up and I came in the living room and I began to meditate. And I began to ask what happened, because here lately I've been able to sleep at night. But last night was the first time I woke up at 12:45 in a very long time and could not go back to sleep because my mind was so cluttered. And my guys began to talk to me and they began to tell me that the reason why was because I allowed someone to pull me back into a loop of reacting off of their emotions. And that is what caused me to speak and say what I said. So I immediately started cleansing myself, realigning my chakras, working, focusing mainly up here and getting rid of that energy, that whatever that was sitting on me. And I placed my hand on my stomach and I began to recenter myself. I began to recenter my thoughts, because this happens to us. And I'm sharing this experience because, like I said, this is a daily process that we have to do. After I did that, I said, I need to ground. So my grounding was to go and make me a cup of hot chocolate. And I knew that that would kind of relax me because it's like cacao touches my heart center. So I made me a cup of hot chocolate and I'm like, what else do I need to protect myself? I'm going to tell you how in sync things can be for you, how they give you messages. So I turn on the TV and I go to YouTube, and the first video that I see is talking about where Jesus gave information to his disciples on how they could protect themselves from archonic persuasion. It wasn't wearing a stone, it was metal. And before the video could finish, I realized I was like, I had not been wearing my iron around my neck. So the metal is iron. This is an iron snake, and you wear it close to your skin. And what it does, it repels, iron will repel any type of archonic, or if y'all want to call them negative influences, from invading your consciousness. And I hadn't been wearing mine. I actually had been going to sleep with mine on, and I took it off for the last few days. I hadn't had it on. Well, know what I did? Went in my room, picked it up, put it on, and I went to sleep. And my mind was decluttered. Like, I did all the things prior to that, but my mind had been decluttered. And I was no longer being influenced by these archonic energies whispering to me in my ears. Iron. Mine's happened to be in the shape of a snake. Pure 100% iron.